can't see them, they also can't see us. Did this around high school. After high school, I got some actually got bad experience, and then suddenly I can see this. Once I see the first time, I got very freaked out. I can't even move. And I see them. After that, now I can adaptate myself, and when I see them, I was still freaked out.
I've never seen it with my own eyes, and no, I've never experienced it.
Oh yeah. Okay, it happened to me. I didn't see anything, but it happened to me. Very simple as this. When I first came back from the States, I was working with this production house, and we were given this house to stay in, so I had a room. Now every night, when I go to the bathroom, right, there's always this thing that causes my hair to stand, okay, and I don't know why. Now, in the room that I was staying, I would be sweeping the floor all the time, okay, and every single time there's a lot of hair. I know I got a lot of hair, but there were a lot of hairs, okay.
It's probably your hair.
There were a lot of hair every day.
You're Indonesian. Definitely you live in Indonesia, coming to study here and everything.
Yeah.
The ghost. You told me there's a ghost that you keep in touch with.
Yeah.
From here or from back home?
From back home.
Now you are studying here. Does the ghost follow you up here, or it's just when you land back home that this person tends to keep in touch with you?
They sometimes come. Like you come to my house, like suddenly come to my house, right?
Or they're
like paying a visit. Actually, I cannot see like all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. Maybe in some conditions, like when I'm sick, or like when I'm very down, mentally or physically. Usually we can see them because we're not in a in a decent condition, you know, unstable condition. Yeah, something like that. You can see them. Yeah, that one always like follow me all around, and then I can communicate with him, but only just only just have a conversation with him, only just simple conversation. He doesn't want to talk about bullshit.
Now one day I wanted to get up to go to work, but I couldn't get up, and I felt that there was this thing that just presses me on the bed, and I couldn't get up for a good 2 hours or whatever.
2 hours?
I think it was 2 hours, but I couldn't get myself out from the bed. I was conscious, but I was pressed onto the bed. I just couldn't get up. That was the
daytime?
closest. Yeah, daytime.
Well, probably 2 hours. The mind thinks that it's actually 2 hours. Could be a few split minutes.
No, it was long. It was long. It was a very long time. I don't believe that I'm a hypocrite. Okay, I think there is something that is unexplainable by science, or negated by religion per se. Okay. When we talk about the spiritual world, you talk about the ghost, you can't deny to link it back to religion. But the problem is, when you link religion to this mystical world of ghosts and all that, then there's a debate that goes on there. Now, when that debate goes on, then it creates a certain controversy that sometimes nobody would want to go into, because in films per se, when you do that, sometimes you create more problems than anything else. So, to me, how I look at my approach to basically horror films is, in fact, actually I'm writing one now, where I'm not linking it to religion per se, but I'm linking it to, let's say, science. Yeah, then the controversy is not as strong.
What do they take off you being able to communicate or see the other one in terms of religion? What do they think about that?
In terms of religion,
do they think you're bewitched? Do they think it's a very good gift that you're able to communicate to the other world, or do they think this is nonsense?
I talked to some, and they said this is a very good gift, actually. After I get this gift, and I really get so close with my religion, very close with my religion, because, and my religion said itself that, you live in this world, you got two worlds, the humans and the genies, and the genies. I think it's not bullshitting if you can see them. They're actually there, for my opinion, for my religion. They are, and it's undoubtable.
I do think that horror film has very much anchored down by culture, what you believe and what you think horror is.
Horror movie is something like you're doing an experimenting. If you're lucky, you have seen it. If you're not lucky, you have read it somewhere. Basically, somewhere along the line, every part of the world believes there is ghosts.
If you are talking about anchoring down to culture, then Malaysia itself, you have the Chinese culture, the beliefs and everything, but then it will be, you have the Malay cultures as well, which is different. Then they believe in the Orang Minyak, the Toyo, the Pontianak and things like that. They have different so-called versions of ghosts, Then you can probably talk about a different approach to it, you see.
So that's how it works. So I've chose that particular location. We went there, we did a shoot, and it was not an easy task as what we think, because we Asians, particularly Malaysians and Indonesians, we really believe into spirit, reborn, and then things like that in our own beliefs and all that. So directly or indirectly, most of them had this so-called psychological journey where while we were doing, people was like into some kind of world, as if they got hysteria, and in one case, by chance, even the one of my production manager passed away at the location, and when we went for post-mortem, the doctors at Jogja, they said that it was not identified, and we don't know what was the reason he died.
Chinese, I think, I believe to a certain extent in spirits and the other world and things that are actually happening, even though I've never seen it in person, but I think it does believe in a different world. That's why the Chinese would celebrate at the 7th month of the Chinese calendar. Then you have the Ghost Festival where you go into praying, and then you believe that the gate of hell opens and all the spirits will come out.
We look at, let's say, culturally in the Chinese and also in the Indians. Okay, in the Indians, if we talk about Thaipusam, there's a procession, or there's a festival called Thaipusam in Malaysia, where the disciples or people, whatever, that would go around carrying this kavadi. And then within this kavadi and all that, they are pierced. Their skins are pierced, their cheeks are pierced, and everything they are pierced. Now what happens is that they go into a trance. Now how do you then explain in science? Okay, you pierce your cheek across, you pierce your skin and all that, and after you take it out, one day or whatever, it heals. Now, if you look into science, then we talk about what? Mind over matter. But then, how do the skin and all that heals by itself? I'm talking about, there is something unexplainable where the spiritual other side is connected to the body. Now, when we talk about the Chinese, in the Taoism, there's always this priest or whatever that would go into trance, and then would then connect it to, let's say, one of the ancestors, and then the ancestors would start to talk to the family and all that. How do you then explain that? Yeah. So there are a lot of things that you cannot explain, but it's there for a reason. Yeah. So we just accept it, and hopefully that none of those things come and chase after us.
I guess different people relate to horror films very differently based on your cultural belief and what you believe is real and what you believe is scary to you.
Yes, I fully subscribe to the thing that there are things that exist that we cannot explain.